And if everything wasn't already expensive enough, the County Water Authority Board is looking to raise our water rates by 14%. Joining us now to talk more about this proposed budget is Tom Kennedy, the general manager of the Rainbow Municipal Water District. And you've got a pretty good plan, it sounds like, Tom, on leaving the Water Authority. Is that what you're trying to do?
Yeah, we're working on that. It's been 3 years in the process, but the state law allows us to choose our wholesale provider, kind of like the power people, community choice aggregation can choose their wholesale provider. And so we're trying to exercise our rights under the law to do just that.
So how does that work? Are the utilities, aren't they a monopoly? Isn't that part of the problem? Or do we actually have the freedom to choose who we want to get our utilities from?
Well, for water utilities, you can really only get it from whoever has the pipelines that are in your area. But we happen to be located so far north that we get our water off pipelines owned by a Metropolitan Water District, not the Water Authority. But we pay the rates for the Water Authority. So what we're trying to do is say, hey, you know what? We've invested in a lot of Water Authority infrastructure over the last 75 years, but we don't need any of it. We can get our water straight off the Met pipelines and save a lot of money.
Why are they raising the rates, and what impact has water prices going up had on our great state of California?
You know, in San Diego County, we have some of the highest water rates in the country, and it's been very difficult in San Diego County. Every homeowner and every water payer has had big bills they've had to deal with. But in our agricultural region in Rainbow, it's a lot like what you see in my background. It hits even harder. We used to be the avocado capital of the country. No longer. Avocado Highway, along with I-15 is called in the area. Anybody driving up there can see the dead trees. And so the Water Authority has made a lot of big investments in the name of reliability. But some of those investments come with a huge cost. And farmers tell me, they say, hey, reliability is great, but it does mean nothing if I'm out of business.
So if we're out of a drought, help me to understand, why would the rates be going up? We've had a lot of rainfall, a lot of snowfall. Shouldn't prices be going down?
Yeah, it's a tough one to understand. You know, the system, the thing about the water business is that there's a lot of infrastructure to get us the water here in San Diego County. It comes from either the Colorado River or way up in the Sierras. And that operating and maintaining that has some fixed costs, but the water costs have got so high, people are using less and less and less water. So spreading those costs across fewer and fewer units of water sold makes them go up. Some of the problems we have in San Diego County in particular is in the name of reliability, we've entered into a series of large contracts to purchase water, and those contracts have clauses that say you have to pay for the water even if it doesn't get delivered to you. And over the next few years, as local recycling projects like San Diego Pure Water and some other projects in the area come online, it's really likely that we're going to fall below that limit. So we're going to be paying for water that we don't even use, and that's going to make the problem a lot worse.
So the plan you're proposing, how much money do you think it'll save?
The attachment plan for Rainbow and Fallbrook?
Yes.
We believe it'll save us, well, now with 14% higher rates, it's going to be even more, but the independent agency that has been overlooking this thinks it'll save us about $8 million a year. We think that's a little low, but what it tells us is the ratepayers in our area are sending at least $8 million south every year to pay for infrastructure and things that we never even use, and we just think that's not fair.
So what happens next? What can folks do to support it? Do you need voter support? Is this something you can just do?
Well, there's a long, complicated process, as you might imagine, and there's a lot of lawyers involved, unfortunately. It's been 3 years running. If the local agency formation commission approves it later this summer, then it will go to an election with the right to choose their wholesale provider. And so we're hoping that it gets to an election sooner than later.
I think a lot of people would love to have that choice. So, Tom Kennedy, it sounds like you guys got something good going on. Thank you so much for educating us on this issue, and we appreciate you coming on, sir.
Thanks for having me.